Ulinichanganya ukaniweka ngoja ngoja, akingona ukanitoka na kungoja na kuomba tumie nikisonga songa, iwewe tunaona ona, sikia tukuroga roga, iweze kuitoa toa, yeah I need you. Siwezi amini ulinipa huzuni, nikawafia na wengine, kichwani rohoni kama korofia, adoresha moto, waro yangu waliatala, nadike wote utumenya, umenyaga, lakini ukanikanyaga, mbona sasa kuniacha, mbona uwezi kanipata, najua maybe sikubamba, naona leti umenyamaza, nasikia uoga, kwani ulichoka, nasikia kanitoka, mbona kanitocha,
You know I gotta work for the work.
ulinitanganya kaniweka kwenye tocha,
To put on my health in the pussy. Ain't nobody know the cause of my matter. Cause of my matter. It's my side. Anybody underestimates it in my town. Tell them I say, no, my side. If you need a fire, I'll be a ladder. It's the judge. Put me on tire. Pretty gotcha. Put me underwater. Take me closer. Can you see that?
Kill it. The new chicken tanti kwa zewa rudi mashaka juu hapa, hata majogoo wa mjini hawawiki, wakivika jua nimepita, na nikipita juu nimewavunja mashingo, kikikweli siku tunafunza kama nikiki usinipe baridi, napenda vitu moto dadi, utabiri wa hali ya hewa kaa hujaona jua kanijua, California kunanyesha mvua ya genge, usinisimamishe kaha una mistari wenye hawana, kuchorewa nikaha jaonekana wenye wamekafunga, wanachorewa namba kama 7 na madem piga 8 people warediwe kama 3 za kibera. Nimecheza chini sana round hii, nipeni mabawa, nipae chuka papa ndio niite mama yao, usinipe masona mambao, nipe mangiwi na mandovu, kama tunaongelea wanyama, mimi kama wale weusi mabaribari, wenye mbio na kelele kama Subaru, kwenye mkono niko na bakora, kwenye bega niko na mkoba, nikipita basi wazuba, nikipita basi wazuba, kwa mkono niko na bakora, kwenye bega niko na mkoba, nikipita basi wazuba, wazuba, zuba, wazuba, zuba, wazuba. High profile, rate me a 5-star, natokea kwenye tone, mini one star. Watch me, nikishine kama sweet stars, sichezi number 4 kama you be my fire, you be my lighter, you be the star up in the sky with the shining light echo. I love you forever, I never deny you. Come in my friends and my family, I can't do without you. My baby, you be my strength and my power. You already know, I feel do anything for your matter, yeah. My baby, I feel come on there for you. I feel die and stand for you. Do anything you want me to do, yeah. Oh yeah, come here. Come here, come here, come here. Oh yeah, come here. Come here, come here, come here. Oh yeah, come here, baby. Come here, come here, come here. Oh yeah, come here. Come here, come here, come here. Ooh, my baby Kilimanjaro. My baby Spiral.
My baby Kilimanjaro. My baby Sparrow. Darling, not only you are the city for my dream, I don't care. Loving is wrong, I don't want to be right here. You be my sugar, and I love you forever. The night put us under, almost like in the mental. Come here, come here, come here. Oh yeah, come here. Come here, come here, come here. Oh yeah, come here, baby. Come here, come here, come here. Oh yeah, come here. Come here, come here, come here. Ooh, my baby Kilimanjaro. My baby Sparrow. My baby Kilimanjaro. My baby Sparrow. My baby fine, you get romantic, try, you get romantic. My baby sweet, you know they're stingy. I swear you know they're stingy. It's from my mouth, hey, you get to me well, hey, it's all about. I recollect Chaco. All of my friends and my family, hey, they all want to meet you. I care about you, and I love you, baby. You be my strength and my power. You already know. I'm gonna run anything for your matter. My baby, oh, I'm mountain for you. I feel by and stand for you. Do anything you want me to do, yeah. Oh yeah, come here. Come here, come here, come here. Oh yeah, come here. Come here, come here, come here. Oh yeah, come here, baby. Come here, come here, come here. Oh yeah, come here. Come here, come here, come here.
Yes, I. Karibuni sana to the show. This is the Black Wi-Fi Network Media for the 21st century. We hope you are doing fantastic this wonderful Wednesday, it being the 4th of August, and of course, it's 27 minutes past 11 a.m. here in Nairobi, and the weather is super chilly. I can say that today we are hoping to see the sun, but personally, I'm just all about the good vibration that I'm all about vibrating onto you, all the way from the 254 to wherever you are streaming and listening to us from. Nonetheless, Karibuni sana. This is the Black Wi-Fi Network Media for the 21st century, and of course, you're listening to the Pan-African Bliss. My name is Joby. Remember to interact with us, as I keep on saying, we are live and interactive. That is on Facebook at the Black Wi-Fi Network radio station, on Twitter the Black Wi-Fi Network, on Instagram at the Black Wi-Fi Network as well. On Instagram, you can slide on the DM, interact with us, tell us where you're streaming in from, how is your week coming along. Even the 4th of August, the month is still young, and this is a daily reminder unto you, the listener, and the listeners who are out there, the Black Hot Fire family. If you are approaching a new month, be it how old you are, how aged you are, or how young you are, ensure that you are making some manifestos for yourself and some goals for yourself as well. Ensure that you are doing great, and at the end of the month, you are able to, be able to manifest and achieve, some goals that you had set for yourself. Just ensure that you are making some goals. Set something for yourself, because this life of today, we never know. So you might be, maybe you can chip in some saving, you can maybe open up a bank account, you can invest in some business, you can do anything that you want, to be able to understand, set some goals for yourself. Nonetheless, Karibuni sana, you can also call us in, SMS us, or WhatsApp us at the +254 754 402730, as we get to understand and listen, as we get to learn more, and as we get to see what is really happening today in different parts of the Africa. And in case you are new, here on the Black Hot Fire Network, we all about matters concerning the African continent, bringing the African brothers together and sisters. And at the end of the day, we get to check the effects and the things that are affecting different parts of the world, different parts of Africa. And at the end of the day, we need to also find a solution, not just to talk about the effects, but we are not doing anything about it, because we've seen right now that the government of today that we are depending on, it does nothing about all these things, nothing about all these issues that we keep on discussing. But it is it is our responsibility right now as citizens. It is our responsibility right now as the wananchi of each and every different countries of the Africa to ensure that we are uniting and not allowing the division of that the politicians right now that are trying to do, or even the Europeans, and so many things that are happening from different parts of the world. Now, nonetheless, karibuni sana once again. Remember, we are also on our website. You can get all of us from our website at the www.blackoutfirenetwork.com. Once you log in there, you can be able to create your own profile, join the Blackout Fire family, and get to have different engaging conversation. You can also live stream. You can stream live and get to enjoy an amazing chat that is going on there with different people from different parts of the world, and the Blackout Fire family in general. And once you also log in there, we have amazing contents. You can like the videos, share with your friends, and leave a comment as well. And you can also donate to us through our PayPal account at the mrblackoutfirenetwork.com, and also through our website that is at the www.blackoutfirenetwork.com. It could be $5, $10, whichever amount you feel that your pocket is heavy. I always say that if you feel your wallet is heavy, you can even drop $1,000, however you feel heavy you are. You can also download the app on the Google Play Store and get to enjoy these amazing vibes. We are also live on our radio station. Please let me know that you are hearing me loud and clear as we get to interact with us. Nonetheless, in case you are also new, karibu sana once again. This is just a warm welcome telling you karibu, and I hope you are doing great. It being the 4th of August, and of course you can also tell us the goals that you have for yourself, because I do believe in setting some goals, or maybe some, just it's like attempting yourself, can I do this, can I do this, and at the end of the day you need to ensure you are doing it, not just saying it. And the quote of today, I love enjoying, or rather starting my day with a motivational quote. Personally, I do say, as much as sometimes I do forget praying, I do keep on saying people do sometimes forget to pray. This is something that is super true, so let us not lie about this. Let us not lie to each other that I do pray every day. Personally, sometimes I do forget. Sometimes it is it just flows each and every time. But I do believe in waking up and telling myself something positive, be it the negativity that is surrounding me. I do believe in telling myself, I'm not the same, like we're not the same, and I do believe in achieving something different from whatever your thoughts are or the negativities that you have. The quote of today is, this is just a quote of wisdom. And today, it being on a Wednesday, I do believe that most of the men, they are celebrating young ladies out there, or any lady. Could be your mom. I don't want to say young ladies for it to be like young ladies are doing sugar daddy issues, or maybe some so fishy issues. I just want to say in general, on Wednesday you can get to appreciate women, and it could be your mom, it could be your sister, it could be your daughter, it could be your grandma. Personally, I want to celebrate my grandma today. Once again, shout out to her. She just left from the 254 all the way to, she just left from Nairobi city to the western sides, and she's back into the rural areas. And of course, it was great, because personally I can say, with all the grandmothers that I've had in this life, I've not had the time to spend time with them. But since the universe and the creator has given me the opportunity to have this one, I'm super grateful and also thankful to God. And nonetheless, the quote of today goes by, never mistake knowledge for wisdom. One helps you make a living, the other helps you make a life. Never mistake knowledge for wisdom. There's a difference between knowledge and wisdom. There's the knowing mind, and the wisdom. The wisdom mind. So there's one that helps you to make a living, and there's one that helps you make a life. So learn the difference between that. I don't know what you understand from that, but I hope it's making some positive impact onto you. Nonetheless, I did get to welcome you on the show with some amazing jam. And maybe you are just wondering, what is Joby doing in the studio today? What is this shaka shaka shaka? So many songs all over from different corners. They just mixed up. We did have one of the special mix here on the studio, and it was done by the one and only DJ Real Black. You can get to check his his amazing content on YouTube and get to support, because I keep on saying I do believe in supporting talent. And I don't know how about you, but personally, I do believe in supporting talent, because we've seen, or rather, we did get to discuss yesterday and also on Friday, whereby so many youngs right now are attempting suicide because they're not having enough support. They are going through stress. They are they are having self-esteem issues, body shaming issues. They are having depression, but just to find someone to talk to them, because we do keep on saying, we know the African cultures, how they are, especially the African parents. One of the person you can never mess with is an African parent, especially if you're a girl. If I'm a girl and I get pregnant at my home, Chineke meo, let me say like the Nigerians, it is chaotic. If you've seen the Nollywood movies, it is really chaotic. And you find that so many young youths right now are engaging themselves into different matters, crimes, early marriage, other young teenagers are getting pregnant, but they don't have counseling. No one gets to sit down with them and counsel them. Instead, they are they are, we say for care, they're being shouted at, being spoken, there's respect and disrespect. And I do believe the time I'm 18 years and above, as long as I'm an adult, be it I'm with my mom or not, be it I'm with my parents or not, there's the respect that is between a child and a parent. So it reaches a time whereby you need to sit down and communicate with your kids. And I was just talking about, how different issues are engaging different youths. As much as we keep on saying the government shouldn't do anything about it. This starts with our own family and the society, because the moment the family shows the society what the figure, they're trying to portray of us, that is how the society is going to take us. Nonetheless, karibuni sana. That was the quote of today, and I'll just repeat it once again for it to hope it is making an impact unto you. And do not be that kind of a person who is laughing at your enemy whenever they're going through shit. Be the kind of a person who is uplifting a brother or a sister out there. Nonetheless, the quote of today, once again, it went by: never mistake knowledge for wisdom. One helps you make a living, the other helps you make a life. Karibuni sana once again. As I said, I did get to play some amazing jam from the real DJ, the real Black. You can check his amazing content on YouTube. It's also on AudioMark, also on the SoundPlay, if I'm not wrong, and so many other platforms as well. I did also get to play You Come Here by the one and only Josephine, and one amazing jam as well from the one and only sister. Let me just check it out. It was the first, actually, after the mix. I did get to play Zuba by Ego Queen. She's doing the most as well. You can get to support our content as well. Nonetheless, we're gonna take a short musical break. Then when we come back, we're gonna see what is happening in different parts of Africa, and as we get to discuss about the African development and the African reproduction, because we do keep on saying that, or rather we see in the media and even in the news reports, when you open up your phone, when you go on Google, so many things are popping right now that South Africa has received so many dozens, the COVID-19 dozens. Kenya has received maybe 1 point something dozens. Uhuru has gone to UK to take some loan for it to be able to help the education system, which is really not. But we're gonna see, want to check on how we can make Africa develop in our own way without the Europeans' help, and also get to have our own production without the Europeans' help. Just the reproduction and the development of Africa on African people with the African people, yeah. And that is what we are talking about. Keep it the Black Opera Network. We'll be right back.
See, they call me Mr. Basket Pass, oh, yeah. I go like boy, I go like Bobo. I be knocking on your door, oh baby, please come open the door for me. I be standing on your gate, oh baby, please come outside, make we see. I be testing on your phone, you been ignoring my text. See, I be calling on your phone, you don't want to pick up my call. Baby, can you see, say I'm missing you. I want to get to stay with me, come give me love, oh, baby, can we see tonight? Make I tell you my mind, make I hold you close tonight, make I give you my love. Man, I say twinkle, twinkle, little star, me and you, we are the stars. I wish I can get you tonight, oh. Baby, Me, I say twinkle, twinkle, little star. Me and you, we are the star. I wish I can get you tonight, oh. And I say twinkle, twinkle, little star. Me and you, we are the star. I wish I can get you tonight, oh. Me, I say twinkle, twinkle, little star. Me and you, we are the star. I wish I can get you tonight, oh. Man, I say, oh, it's in the garden. Now, sassy fine girl, can I come and see ya? No, 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 no. Can I come and play with ya? Property, just come inside. When I go in, I see fine girl. She got big ass, she got big ass. I like her down, but damn me, Molu, I know fit though. What can she do? I know tweet though. So you know, baby, we go to play hide and seek. 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 When I say twinkle, twinkle, little star, me and you, we are the star. I wish I can get you tonight, oh. Me, I say twinkle, twinkle.
This is Blackwood Family.
Hey, look, they say you out of my league. The way you come attention, I would have to disagree. I mean, yo, what now? Believe the things I had to go through, just step on the scene. But I'm here now, girl, tell me about you. Are you free this afternoon? Well, if you are, hit me up, I'll give you a call to pick up where we left off. Oh, you got it, now they hate it, now they hate it. All eyes on you when you're stepping on the scene, on the scene. You got problems, you got problems. You are lonely, you are lonely. Girl, I can be the man of your dreams. Let me be a man, baby. Through all the high and lows, through all the high and lows. Let me be a man, baby. All started with a high and a low. All started with a high and a low. Let me be a man, baby. Through all the high and lows, through all the high and a low. Let me be a man, baby. All started with a high and a low. All started with a high and a low. I'm really good at math, according to my calculations in my other half. You make me lighten up, yeah, you're my perfect match. I am really into you, but you already know that. You got the thing that I can't ignore. I get the warm fuzzy feeling when I hear your voice, girl. Matter of fact, just come through. Bring yo, and you too. You got it, now they hate it, now they hate it. All eyes on you when you're stepping on the scene, on the scene. You got problems, you got problems. You are lonely, you are lonely. Girl, I can be the man of your dreams. Let me be a man, baby. Through all the high and lows, through all the high and lows. Let me be a man, baby. All started with a high and a low. All started with a high and a low. Let me be a man, baby. Through all the high and lows, through all the high and lows. Let me be a man, baby. All started with a high and a low. All started with a high and a low.
This is Blackwood Family Media for the 21st century.
Yes, this is the Black Hot Fire Radio Media for the 21st century. Hope you are doing great this wonderful Wednesday. Karibuni sana once again to the Pan-African Bliss Show. My name is Joby. Please do remember to interact with us. We are live and interactive on our social media handles. We are on Facebook at the Black Hot Fire Network radio station. We are on Twitter at the Black Hot Fire Network using the hashtag Pan-African Bliss with Joby and hashtag Black Hot Fire Network as well. You can also slide in the DM on our Instagram handle at the Black Hot Fire Network as you interact with us, telling us where you're streaming in from, as we get to vibrate this positive energy all the way from the 254 to wherever you are listening to us from. I did get to play you an amazing jam that is Let Me Be Your Man by the one and only. By the one and only, let me just check his name. I don't know why these names just keep on disappearing in my head, but this by the one and only. Let me see. I don't know, but I can't see the name of the track, but it is one of the best amazing jams, and I hope to be giving the name before the end of the show. And I did also get to play you amazing content all the way from Nigeria by the one and only Pax the Kid. That is Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, you know. And I do remember when we were young. That when we were young, it used to be we used to sing the lullabies. You know, we used to sing Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, hoping for a wish to come from the sky. But at the end of the day, all this, we know that, they were just fictions that the Europeans maybe did come to, or rather portray around us. Nonetheless, Karibuni Sana, we'll be checking some deeper matters today, because I did get to introduce the topic of today, whereby I did get to say that we'll be checking on how we can make Africa develop, because for so long and for so long, we've been looking up unto the Europeans. We've been waiting for the Europeans to come to our rescue, despite how they did come to colonize us and how they tampered with everything, our resources, our culture, our history. Whereby it looks like Africa, we don't have a history. How is it that we can make Africa great? How is it that we can make Africa develop? How is it that we can make our own production, come with our own reproductions, productions from different sources, whereby we unite as Africans, help each other? Because I did get to talk in the matters of earlier and yesterday, whereby youths right now are lacking opportunities because of the matters of corruption. And of course, all this corruption, they are also coming all the way from the Europeans, because these leaders are being controlled by the Europeans. And it has come to a point whereby even if you come into the government, or rather you are employed in the government, we did have in the likes of Professor Lumumba, whereby Spikes yesterday was telling me a story whereby Professor Lumumba was appointed to be in the, in one of the companies in Kenya. It's called the Integrity Center. And he was fighting corruption. But when he began mentioning names, he was, eliminated from the company and fired all the way from there. Because we know Professor Lumumba is all about fighting for Africa, talking about the African Union. And that is what we need as Africans, whereby even our own youth, we can come together, despite the government not helping us and not coming with ways. So now we can even, after graduation, after the PhD, after the certificates, and so many and so on, and investing in the government. But at the end of the day, we end up being the ones who are suffering the most. So how is it that we can come together as Africans and unite, starting with the youth? Because we can see even right now with how the world is being controlled, because we are living in the new world order, and not so many people are understanding this. And most of these people are us, the young youths and the teenagers at the most. Because I can say in the likes of, if I check in the likes of my parents right now, in the likes of my grandmother, they are understanding what is really happening. Really get even to see whereby a kid did get to share a video where there's this young girl tried to tell the grandma, I did go to take the jab, and the grandma was just like, I'm not taking that shit. That poison is going to take me, to kill me. And being precise, it's high time we talk the truth. It's high time as youths we wake up, because not only are we being the targets, we have the younger siblings. We've seen even right now thereby they are going to schools and enforcing children, they are vaccinated, even the teachers right now. But at the end of the day, I'm trying to just ask myself, what is it that we can do to stop depending on the whites? Because they are taking advantage of our division, of us not being united, on us hating each other. They are taking advantage of this and turning it against us. They are creating things that, they are about to finish up. They came up with so many resources we have in the times of medicine, because I did get to mention some time back, if you follow the African culture very well, despite how we are raised, we had the modern medical, the way we did get to use our modern medicals, modern medicine. So whereby we did get to, in the terms of the likes of some herbs, we did have some natural herbs, we did consume some natural herbs. And I did get to mention even some time where I was bitten by a dog. Instead of being rushed in the hospital, even by now, I just heard it in the news early in the morning when I was coming in a matatu. I did get to hear by, there's this radio station here in Kenya, in the 254, they did get to mention that people are dying because of the dogs, infections. But I remember when I was infected by a dog, my aunt did get to use only a modern way of medicine by using an onion on me. And trust me, by 2 days or maybe 1 day, if I can't recall clearly, but I remember it was an onion and salt that was used on me. And I was super okay. I didn't have to go to the hospital and be injected. But when the Europeans came into Africa, they gave us an exchange of these poisonous chemicals in our farms, in our bodies, in the foods that we are eating today, in exchange of our resources. So how is it that we can do to develop Africa? What is it that we can do better as Africans, starting with the youth especially, for it to even to come to our parents? Because we find even our parents, they know about what really did get to happen in, the modern times, or rather in when they were growing up, maybe life was super easy actually for them. I don't want to say maybe life was super easier for them, because I remember when I was growing up, the economy was not super expensive the way it is right now. But things are changing daily, and this is because we are depending on the Europeans so much. They are rising up bills for people who are not, for people who cannot even afford it. And the leaders that we have today, because they are also controlled, and most of them might not understand what is really going on. Most of them do understand what is going on. So I can say it's a 50-50 thing, or maybe a 70-30 thing. 70% who know what is really going on, and 30% who do not really know what is going on. And I do hope at the end of the day that we're going to be understanding what is really happening. I'll be sharing a video today by the one and only Julius Malema. Julius Malema is a South African politician and activities who is a member of the parliament and the president and the commander-in-chief in the economic freedom fighters in South Africa. So we're going to be seeing what he's really talking about the African development, and how we can make even Africa better by having our own means of reproduction, not depending on the Europeans, and also having a one currency. Because I remember Professor Lumumba talking about the one currency. Dr. Arikana has also spoken about that. She called Dr. I'm going to recall her name. I don't know why names are feeding now in my head, but Dr. Rikana, I have in the likes of Dr. Rikana and Professor Lumumba, who have spoken much on these cases where we need to have one currency, stop depending on the Europeans, because when you look even in the likes of our natural resources, if we speak in the likes of natural resources, we have in terms of the plantation, where even our farms right now are super affected because of the chemicals. They are really being sold. You're going to buy maybe some seeds, or maybe you want something to improve your farm better, but due to what the Europeans have really brought, and Africans have been mentally tampered with, whereby you just see, because it is coming from a white person, why not? It's going to make everything better. But by the time you realize it, your farm is super damaged. You can't even do enough production for your own farm, or rather you can't even produce anything that is better. And at the end of the day, when you consume all these things, they are the ones which are creating cancer in our bodies, creating so many diseases in our body. But we're going to be checking on how we can really improve that. So I'll be sharing a video from Julius Malema as we get to understand what we are really talking about today. Please do interact with us. As we said, we are live and interactive on our social media handles. We are on Facebook, on Twitter as well, and also on Instagram. You can also call us in, SMS us, or WhatsApp us as you tell us you're streaming in from. Please enjoy the video as you interact with me and tell me what you think about the topic of today.
Well, this government has got no respect for our people. I'm very ashamed of being called a South African today, seeing the army going house to house, collecting food from the poor. Half bags of meal that are already opened and used, tin stuffs, in front of children with guns, traumatizing those children. Those children had a decent meal a night before, and they were looking forward for another decent meal. Not so decent, but to them, very decent. Government of the ANC under Cyril Ramaphosa literally goes and take the food out of their mouth. That is indignity. They've no respect for these people of ours, because you can't see the same attitude in Phoenix and even in Maritzburg, where an informal settlement was burnt down by white racists who say these people who reside here are the ones who even steal from us, generalizing a crime to be meaning that it comes from every African they see. So why do you disrespect the army like that? You take it out of the barracks to go house to collect the tin stuffs like his stars and all of that. Belittling the army, and the army allowing itself to be belittled in a manner it is being belittled, collecting sanitary towels. Our kids, young girls, ran into those shops. They just took sanitary towels. Today, the soldiers find those sanitary towels sealed, they take them away. At least take the fridges and washing machines and TVs, I don't care. But you can't take food and then come back and say you're going to destroy that. You can't. You can't arrest a gogo in a shop and say she was stealing. She found herself in that space because someone said food is being collected. In her rightful mind, she would never come and steal from a shop. She was not there to burn a mall. She was not part of the insurrection. She was going to look for something to feed her.
How do we change this alleged superiority conflicts that the majority of the Indians in KwaZulu-Natal that you say have and undermined by people? How do you reconcile the two races?
We need to change property ownership. The patterns of property ownership must change. Without land, without banks, without mines, without economic opportunities being placed in the hands of Africans, they will continue to look the same.
Just to touch a little bit on what he's saying, there's one thing that really hurts me the most when you think about the government of today, and I don't know how many of you will agree with me with this, on this idea. There's one thing that is really affecting young girls, despite the youths not having jobs. The young girls, or rather young ladies, are affected the most. We have in the likes of in the 254, we have the Marsabit site, we have the Samburu side, we have so many places, even in the ghetto places, because I did get to say some time back whereby you'll find the ghetto people are the ones who are going through the most. And when these leaders are making manifestos, they are addressing unto these ghetto people. They're going to be bribed maybe $5, $2, which is going to feed your family for a day. But at the rest of the days, you won't see this politician in your area again after you voting for them. Or maybe they're going to come like 10 times for you to be convinced, each and every day you're getting $5. At least that is going to feed you. But they can't even give you a capital for you to raise a business, or maybe help you in any financial status, or maybe education-wise, because even despite the education we have today, there's so much corruption which is still going on in the schools. The teachers that are employed there, they're still not satisfied, because the money, even the money and the amount they're getting, it's still not enough even to cater for their families. Because don't remember, even some of the members who are working in the government, not all of them wish to be corrupt, but due to how they are being paid, and rather how they are being, paid. Let me just paid in general. They have families as well. You're gonna find that they have to do some things for them to have, to just get the satisfaction that they want. So there's so much corruption that is going on in these schools. But my major point is, young girls from different places are suffering because of sanitary towels. Yeah, and we've seen in many countries whereby condom is free, but the sanitary towel is one of the things, and one of the most expensive thing that not everyone can afford. It's actually at I can say the most goes at $2. That is what I can say. That is 200 Kenyan shillings. Yeah, that is the most. But the cheapest you can find maybe at $1, and maybe from going downwards. But at the end of the day, not so many people can get this money. You find so many people only have the $1 to feed their family from morning to evening, and maybe one person has like triplets, or maybe tuplets. So many kids to feed. Others are going to school. They're depending when they come back to home, rather at home, they're going to find something to bite and something to eat to just hold on to their stomach. But my major issue is, and this is one thing that has been talked about, especially in so many different parts of the world. So many women are trying to come up with this, solution, but they are not being given opportunities, because Africans, we are waiting for the Europeans. We don't want to listen to other people's idea. The leaders that we have today, even the women that we have in the politics, no one will sit down and listen to a young girl, or maybe a YouTuber who's trying to make an address to the community, or trying to help the community develop in a certain way, or maybe coming up with our own production. Because you can see in the likes of where Julius Malema is saying, whereby so many people from the government, they're collecting sanitary towels, and they're going to reproduce them again. That is what I can say. But these things have chemicals. Even the sanitary towels that we are using today, they have chemicals. Why is it that the government, why is it that we as Africans, we cannot unite, have our own production, especially in the likes? That is why I'm saying we need to have our own production. We need to come up with our own things, because these sanitary towels, I'm super sure, way back, I do remember way back, women did get to using the likes of feathers and the camel cotton, the camel cloth, or rather some cotton from the sheep, for them to be able to, cover themselves from from the monthly period. But right now, since the world has really developed, I do believe the sanitary towels did come up with the Europeans, which is a good thing. But why is it that Africans cannot? Yes, we've been showed a method, or rather something that can make life easier for ladies. Why is it that we cannot come up with our own reproduction? Instead of giving people condom for free, why is it that we cannot give young girls sanitary for free? And this is why I'm talking, we need to develop as Africans, see the things that are affecting different people from different parts, because it is super shameful. Me as a lady, I'll speak from my own point of view. It is so shameful, and it's never pleasing when you see someone being ashamed, or rather waking up, and they cannot be able to wake up because of the shame that is going to be shown at them. For men, they'll not. For men, I can say not all of them will be able to understand how it feels for you to lack a sanitary towel. But for me as a lady, I can feel it. Africans, let us wake up, unite together, come up with our own production, a production that is going to help our own people, starting with the young generation, because these are the people who are dying the most. And let us create something that is not, because if it's an African continent, I don't think how, because you can see right now with the Europeans, not most of the people who have been vaccinated, or rather those who know the truth. I do believe, because I've seen so many. I've seen right now that in many parts of the European side, let me say the US, the New York, Las Vegas, so many places right now, people are gathering up. I did get to see a concert that was performed by Megan Thee Stallion, and there was about like 180,000 people. 180,000 people. And my question is, there's lack of freedom, there's lack of unity in Africa. How is it that we can come together, create something that is not going to kill us, affect us? Starting with the sanitary towels, as I said, these things are coming from the Europeans, but they are affecting us. They have so many chemicals in it, whereby you get a young lady having yeast infection, having some just infection from nowhere, or maybe just something develops in your body. You're just wondering, where did I get this from? I've not been sleeping with anyone. I've not been doing this. Where did this come from? Africans, let us have our own reproduction. Hello, Keith. Can you hear me? Hello, Keith. Hello, Keith. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Good morning.
Good morning. Shit.
What are you doing? I can hear some background noise, but I hope you're doing great this wonderful morning.
So what am I doing? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm doing this. What I'm doing.
All right. Okay, welcome to the show. Hope you're doing great. Welcome to the show. I was just talking about the African development and the African reproduction, because Julius Malema is trying to tell us how we can have our own means of reproduction, and stop allowing the Europeans to disrespect us, because we are being disrespected. We are depending so much on these people in terms of reproduction, in terms of materials. And in terms of materials, just asking, because it just mentioned something concerning the sanitary towels, and I was just asking myself, why is it that in many African countries, or I don't know about even the European countries, you'll find that condom is free and the sanitary towels are not free, while young girls out here are going through so much to even afford a sanitary towel, which is below $1, but the government gives condoms for free. And what is it that we can do? Africans need to come together and have our own reproduction, because even these sanitary towels have chemicals which are affecting young girls from many yeast infections and other infections that are getting into young ladies, bodies.
I hate to tell you, they're supposed to have chemicals. I can't say it on you. We talked about this last night on the show when I actually guess I go on network. It's supposed to have chemicals. It's supposed to kill you. Everything the white people, the African doesn't. And Juice Molina is a puppet anyway. White people have a death culture, so everything that you now Now they get control of the African farms. It's always pesticides, herbicides, everything they do. Like a lot of people didn't know when they were using Johnson, putting stuff on your baby, right? Johnson baby powder. They still using Africa. I don't know if they banned it in Africa. Johnson, same people gave this stupid vaccine knowingly. And we put us up, Johnson's baby powder. A lot of women putting powder on them and shit, trying to be cool and to keep cool in the hot and put on their babies. They knew it caused cancer. They purposely put lead. What else is in that shit? They sold it for years to African people knowing it would kill them. Knowingly. They didn't, and the one that they didn't know, knowing it would kill them. So if you pull up Johnson's baby powder, I think they still sell that shit in Africa.
They're not saying where it is really from, but they are saying it's a baby powder. Just makes you feel comfortable. But they're not. Let me just see where it is produced. It is produced from.
It was sold in Africa. It's sold in Africa still, I think. It's banned all over the world now because they knowingly knew it for years. When they started, they knew it was dangerous. It was dangerous on purpose. They were created to kill people. People found out. I forgot what's in it. You can Google, see what's in the shit. What's in Johnson baby powder? I forgot what's in that shit.
Well, they're not indicating, Kate. They're not saying where it is really coming from.
And I saying what now?
There is an iPhone saying that there's an iPhone saying cancer about it. Cancer.
Yeah, it's not just cancer. Yeah, it causes cancer and all of this wicked shit up in it. And it's just a regular product that a lot of black women were using, giving to their fucking babies. Have you seen baby powder before, Joby? You seen baby powder?
Yeah, I have.
All that shit is cancerous. All of it.
Well, I was just talking about the African reproduction. I don't know what is it that we can do to just make Africa become great again. And, I can't say that we'll count on our leaders, but it's up to us now. We the
you don't have any leaders, Joe, but you don't have any.
Yeah,
puppet.
Yeah,
there are no leaders. That's what there are no leaders in Africa. To tell you this, they're all put in by Europeans. There are no leaders, and when you don't toe the line, they're coming to kill them. They are no leaders. Just like you showing Juice Molina, he is a puppet. He's giving what you call controlled opposition. He says a few things like, yes, he really good. He's talking about he's controlled by the Europeans. I'm glad a lot of people know he's a puppet. He's a puppet. Shout out to Dr. Mumby finally realized this dude is a puppet. He's a puppet. He's there to make you. He's there to make you. He's like what they call a stopgap. They know Africans are stupid, so saying, okay, we'll give somebody speaking some righteous stuff, but he will only go so far. So it'll allow you to burn off steam. Somebody say, yeah, we know we're being oppressed by the European and shit is wrong and blah, blah, blah. But he'll never do shit.
The problem, I was just saying on my thought, or rather my thought is the problem of today is you find that so many Africans, they have resources, or maybe someone has money, someone who's rich, and you find young youths who are struggling out here to make a living or earn a living. They have ideas, when it comes to matters of reproduction or maybe coming up with our own resources. But a fellow African person, it's really rare. If you find someone with a good heart, to just come up with a solution and tell, I'm going to invest in this, I'm going to chip in this for you guys to be able to come up with your own reproduction. And once the leaders see this and be able, I think somebody can make the unity, or rather form a unity,
That's I'm glad you realize that the European knew that he must divide the African. That's what they did. The African now plays tribal games. He puts himself in smaller and smaller tribes. No one on the planet does that but the Africans. For the Africans on the bottom and impoverished. No one does that. You can't go nowhere in the world, ask anybody what tribe they're from, and laugh in your face. Can't ask the Asian, what tribe are you from? They say, what the fuck are you talking about? Get away from me, stupid. Go ask the European. What tribe are you from? They'll laugh at your damn. That's dumb African people shit. We don't do that. Nobody does that. Nobody separates themselves from tribe because they know that power is in a unity. White people globally work as white people, as a unit. They could be in Australia, America, South Africa, but they are unified against us. Asians can be in America, China, fucking South Africa, South America, wherever you find them, they're everywhere. They act as a find them everywhere. We all over the globe. We're not just in Africa. We're everywhere. You find African people. Oh no, I don't know these other Africans. I'm this tribe, and I come from that tribe, and I don't know what to do about the tribe. I say, okay, stupid nigga, you gonna stay on the bottom because you are a moron.
That is
Only
the
African people do that. You can't find that. No, I've been all over the world. You can't find that nowhere else but African people who divide themselves into goofy tribes. And your power is in your unity. Till you know that. Again, that's where you used to rule the world. You have a bunch of tribes. These tribes are virtually new when we start going to sleep and start fighting with one another. I'm gonna be this tribe. I'm 100 people. I'm this people. You're not enough people. Like I explained to you. Monday or yesterday, whatever it was, I told you that that the people down in Eswatini.
well,
Kenyan.
I think okay.
They're Kenyans. You're like, well, Kenyan today, he wouldn't know that. Oh, those are different people. Those people are not me. Hey, stupid, those people are you, dummy. There was no borders in Africa. Those people left Kenya 300 years ago, moved down to South Africa and created a small little country down there. But they still came from Kenya, stupid. They're still you. But you don't know. But Spikes could realize because he understood through the language he knew. Most Africans don't know linguistics no more. They don't know linguistics. They just think, well, people in West Africa, they're West Africans. No, they're not. Those are places West and East Africa. Africans moved all throughout the continent. And genetically, see, don't go by the tribe. Learn how to use it genetically. You're all the goddamn same. The white man knows that. You're all the same. You're not a tribe. Genetically, you are the same as the woman in Nigeria, the woman in Cameroon, the woman in South Africa, the woman in Zimbabwe. You are the same. And the white people know that, but the African doesn't. So he's going to remain dominated and on the bottom till he learns it. But it might be too late because they're doing something now. They're trying to murder our ass off the planet now. It might be too late. If you stuck in ignorance now, Jack, it's dangerous for you now because the game is up. The game is up. You worship just like Dr. Shout out to Spikes for playing that bit. You worshiping this fake white Jesus and all these lies and shit that you don't know there's a lie. And you came before any white Jesus.
The problem is tribalism. As much as the whites know that we are one, Africans do not really know that. There's so much tribalism. There's they include
like you said during the election. During the election is always violence because the Kenyans revert back to these tribes because the European has stolen all the resources. It's like, oh well, if we get in power, our tribe will have money over these other tribes in Kenya, and it becomes a fight because the European has stolen all the wealth out of the countries. And that's why it's better. That's why they love the tribal. You'll get to fighting. You put this goopy tribe in, all that money be going right back to Europe, sucking right back to Europe. Europe has no wealth. Only the wealth that they get out of Africa.
That is the issue. I was just talking about, speaking of the resources that we have, I was just talking about, the resources and the reach we have in Africa. And I was just telling my mom in the morning that Africa, we are blessed. And the problem is, right now you find so many people, despite, youths lacking jobs, even if you have the resources right next to you, they're super lazy to go after them because in the life of where we from,
I think they don't know, Job. I think the Africans been so miseducated, Job. I don't think they know. Most Africans don't even know no more, Job, but that they sit on the richest continent on the planet. They just see poverty. They don't know. They have been educated. Africa is the richest place on the planet. Everybody else knows it, but the African doesn't even know that. The African used to know that. He used to be wealthy. But the African doesn't even know. I go to Africa, Joe. You ask me African, hey, Africa's the richest continent? No, you're crazy. Europe is the richest continent. Europe is rich. Europe is rich. I'm like, good grief.
I'm sorry to say that I have the dumbest people around me sometimes, but I have a cousin leave alone the other cousin, but I have a cousin who's just next to the gold, because I did get to say that where my grandma comes from, or rather where my dad comes from, there's gold mining, just like a 5 minutes walk. But this guy is just seated, is someone who has done his, her high school education is done, waiting for a job and calling people who are in Nairobi to help him, while you have the resources right here next to you, but you don't want to work for them. And this is the problem, because we're waiting for help. We're waiting to be helped by other people. We're waiting for, the Europeans
Well,
to want to say,
because they destroyed you. They destroyed your confidence when they told you wasn't nothing. They lied to you. When Spike's doing the show yesterday with the Benin, all the artifacts in Benin, how they got all African artifacts all throughout Europe. They didn't come and rob it and steal it because you were stupid, but that's what they taught you. Taught you were dumb. You were like when Spikes said when they told you lived in trees, but then during the presentation said they came into the palace and destroyed the palace and started. Yeah, they had a palace. It means the Africans were still rich. They live in no huts. They had palaces, but you don't know African history anymore. Let me see something. Let me see. And then something made me laugh when you did. Let me see if I can do something. Because I'm in my room right now. Let me see if I can do this. Hold on. Because I was let me do this. Check. Okay. That's what's okay. Oh, forget it. But let me see. I'll get out of that. I'm too tired. Didn't know what the hell I'm doing. I was laughing at you yesterday. You thought white people know they're not the first people. Let me show you a magazine. Even though they came out way before you was born. When you were talking about Adam and Eve. Let me go to this. Let me say this to my computer real quick. Let me see something. The Time magazine. Damn, I get this hooked up. Come on, hook up. Allow. Yes, allow. Okay, here we go. Let me see this. The 1988 Time edition showing that black people as Adam and Eve. Images. There you go. Come on.
I know where the story is leading.
Yeah, because you thought that we thought we white people. No, they know that they're not the first people on the planet. Let me just type it in there. Hold on. Images of the images of the. It was 1988. The 1988 Time edition. Oh.
Good morning, Samuel. Samuel, I can see you. You're joining. Thank you for taking your time and being here with us. Hope you're doing great this wonderful morning.
Showing black people as Adam. Fake Adam shit. They don't know what it means. Eve. Black people are so fucked up. They don't know what this even means no more. Shit's crazy. Images, yes. Show me the images, yes. Edition showing black people's Adam and Eve. Yes, show me this image. Images. Let me share it. Okay. Where's it at? Where's the Time edition? I'll find it. Yeah, there it is. Okay, there it was a Newsweek issue. Yeah, okay, there it is. It's right there. Okay, let me. Yeah, I forgot it wasn't Time. It was Newsweek. It's one of these magazines. Let me share my screen real quick. Oh, let me share my. Let me share my screen. Share. Here. All right. This is the magazine knew that.
Hello, Keith. Can you hear me?
Model looking. First, okay. Black people are dark-skinned black people. They're the original people.
Keith, you're breaking up.
You sure?
You're breaking.
I can't be breaking up. I'm in the house.
You're okay right now.
You can't hear me? Can you see my screen?
Yeah, I can see it.
All right. Because I was laughing at you Monday talking about, well, white people, Adam and Eve, they know this is before you was born, Joe. They know black people are Adam and Eve. They know black people are the original people on the planet. Why don't Africans know? Because you've been given lies with Bibles and Qurans. Science knows that black people were the first people on the planet for thousands of years. There wasn't no white people here. There were no Asian people here. Damn sure wasn't no fucking East Indians. You're the original people on the planet for thousands of years. The African. And the African talk about the white person. It sound crazy as cat shit. Well, the Bible says with white people were the first people. The Bible's a lie then. What are you talking about?
When they say that the white person was the first person on earth, it makes it sound like God was more favoring the white people, and that is why Africans have the fiction that Jesus is white, and the Europeans are rich and such stuff.
Because the white man made him white when he came into Europe. The white man told you he's white when he came into Europe. In your Bible, it says he's black. Why don't you guys read your Bible? In your Bible, it tells you, even if he didn't exist, but if he did, the Bible told you he's black. Mm-hmm. You don't even know the sad Africans don't know geography. Jesus was in Africa, North Africa. That's Africa. Wasn't in Europe. Doing these fake miracles, you say he was in Africa. So he would have been African. Israel is Africa. Even though they told you that's in the Middle East, it's not the Middle East. And Israel sits on the African plate. And it's always known as Africa. Always. Only recently, till Europeans got power, they changed. They call, okay, it's 100 years ago. We're going to name this. We don't want to name it Africa. We'll name this the Middle East. Middle from what, Joby? What is it middle from? Can't call it middle something. What's it middle from? Middle from what?
Well, they came up with the middle.
Yeah, they said Middle East. Well, middle from what? It can't be in the middle nothing. It's a lie. Again, like another lie. Middle from what? What is the middle? Middle from what? It's Africa. That's Northeast Africa, and that was always African lands. And those people there were Africans. So even the invader, I told you, even the invader who's there today, the Egyptian, those are invaders. Those are not the original Egyptians, were black. The invader told you, how can these Jews, these Hebrews, leave here black and come back white? Exactly. Because those people there today are not the original people. Those are the original Hebrews. Hebrews were black people. All that shit was black people. So ideal that you think some Jesus is white, your mind is fucked up. You don't even know geography. You African is so stupid, doesn't know geography anymore. That's Africa.
It is true. Well, I can say, and I'm so sorry to say this, but personally, I didn't love geography when I was in high school. That was one of the most subjects I hated. But right now, when I look, everything around, I wish that I learned more. But I'm learning more as I, move on. I wished I really took the classes because I dropped it and took history instead.
Well, yeah, but you don't get any real history in Africa either. How can I put my camera back?
Yeah, the history is really, it's really fixed up and so many lies being told. The truth is not revealed about how everything happened, how the Europeans, the reason they came to Africa. Everything is being, the education and the system of education right now is just so many fictions in it. So many lies told in it.
It's a lot of dominance. So you don't know. Hell, go to, what's the thing? Okay, let's go. Black people say they believe in the Bible. You don't read it. Your Bible's telling that Jesus is black. Where's it at, Keith? Okay, let's go to predict where let me get out of this right here. Let me go. Hold on. Let me share my screen again. Let me get out of this. Even white people, but black people won't research anything. Even though the white man's telling you, even right here, that Adam and Eve are black. Right there. They're black. They're not white. They know that. They know they're black. They're still in Africa. Oh, yes, white people were first. Listen, you're a moron. Shut up. You sound stupid. Black people are the richest people on the planet. These are facts. The search for Adam and Eve, black people. Not any white people. Black people. Okay, now let's go to in your Bible, which they say they believe. You don't, what's the matter? You don't read the shit? Tells you that. Let's see the passage. Passage in the Bible that explains Jesus. And the funny part about it was no such thing as Jesus. J wasn't even in the English language yet, so he couldn't even. His name couldn't have been Jesus. Africans don't even know that no more. There was no such thing as J in the English language, so no one back there could have been named Jesus. That's another thing they don't even know. Shit's crazy. Passing the Bible.
David Brown, good morning. You said, what's up, fun? What are we talking about? Well, Kit is trying to explain to us,
Jesus.
the fictions that the
Explains
fictions
Jesus.
Europeans did.
Explains Jesus. I do. What's about characteristics? I should say characteristics. I should say it's color. I should say it's color. Let's do that. See what Google. I shouldn't use Google no more. Let's see results. Learn by verse about skin color of Jesus. Yeah, it tells you right there. But skin. I just want the one. Jesus physical. Yeah, he had to be. Yeah, swore they had to be black. But let's go to 31. I just want the main one. Tell you feet like brass, hair like wool. Let's see the Revelation, not the one. Let's see. Oh, this goofy cracker, get out of here, goofy cracker. Go away. Let's see, where's the one I made from? Many nations, blah blah. Where's the one? Hair of head. Oh, here we go, right here. This is Revelation. So just tell you Jesus is black right here in their own goofy Bible that these goofy Negroes won't even read. Shit's crazy. African is a fucking moron. Okay, let's go to damn, just give me the quote. Oh, what did they tell me? Give me the book. Don't give me books. Okay, read the chapter. Okay, here we go. There's hair in it. Now, who's got hair like wool? White people don't. Let's tell you right there. His head and his hair were white like wool. Right? Who? It must have been older. Whose hair like wool? Huh? Who's got woolly hair? Nobody but black people.
African people.
His eyes were a flame of fire. Means he got dark eyes, brown eyes. White people have green, blue, and green eyes. And his, let's see, white, blah, blah, blah. I'm gonna go this whole thing. Flame, yeah, his head. Can we know that? Let's go to what's the other shit at? You just tell me his head was wool. No, let's go to the feet part. Damn, I'm telling you, okay, we know all this. Let me go tell you all these different versions of these goofy Bibles. Yeah, always go, yeah, he's black. Let's go to the feet part. Let's give me the hair part. His head, blah, blah. They gonna give me all these different versions of this goofy book. All these versions. Nah, I want the whole passage, not just the one part. Damn. All these goofy damn books. Okay, Revelation, blah, 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 blah. Let's see, where's it at? Anyway, I don't want to read that whole damn thing. I'll be tired. Shit, I'm tired now. That just say, and the Bible tells that black shit. The Bible, go read your own goofy Bible, Africans. God damn it. Even your goofy book is telling you he's black. You couldn't have been white living in that part of the country back then. There wasn't no white people there. They're there now. Back then, there were no white people there. It was African lands. You don't know history, you don't know geography. So it couldn't have been any white boy named Jesus walking around Africa. Shit's fucking crazy.
Well, I I wish to get more, or rather, we should have some classes.
Exactly right, Dave. Exactly right, David. I was looking for the Peter Bronze. Yeah, it just did the one part. Exactly right. Just showing me white people didn't have power. I think black people don't realize. They think white people are always in power. They don't understand white people are not in power. They were poor and rich.
That's we are the ones who are giving them power. They took our power and we are giving them more power. That is the mistake that Africans are doing.
Yeah. So yeah. So I'm playing an old video. If I play this old video, let me get copyrighted because I play old video. I played in the test. Where the white man's telling the truth. I love when the white man said, "There's nothing in Africa. There's nothing in Europe. Everything was in Africa. Africa was the most developed, the most civilized. The African taught the European." And he said, and everybody knows this. He said, "Why don't they talk about it? Collusion, because the African doesn't know the shit, and the European wants to believe he's always been smart and on top. So it's collusion. Everybody knows the truth, but the African doesn't know history anymore. So." He worship a white man. White people were in poverty. They were eating their own damn feces. The fuck they gonna be your God? They was eating their own shit. These are facts. You eat a motherfucker eating his own shit?
Anyway, kids, we are coming to the end of the show. I want to appreciate you and everyone who's been on the streamline. And I was saying that
this was a 10. I don't know if they say it was a 10 now. Now the Africans waking up saying that this Jesus that they lied about had to be black. Oh no, what color does it matter? You made him white. It did mean something, motherfucker, because you did that to fuck up African people's mind. And said, well, it doesn't matter about the color. There's no color. You know that's not a real picture of Jesus. Motherfucker, he didn't exist no way, but you told African people that's what your God looked like. Now the African people now waking up saying this is bullshit. Now there is no color to the Jesus. He has no color. This is Africa. It means he would have been African. That's a fact. He wouldn't have been no white man from Europe. He never went to Europe. Jesus only was in Africa. How the fuck can it be some cracker walking around? I give you holy this, holy that. It couldn't have been no cracker.
We are coming to the end of the show, kids, and I want to appreciate you for your sentiments. And I was saying,
let me just before we leave. When did let me do this? So when nobody named Jesus made up. When did the letter? So we know. I know his. When did the letter J come into the English alphabet? Y'all say alphabet. Let's say language. And let's do that. Okay, let's see here. There you go. 1524. So the letter J. Let me share my screen. My screen's still sharing. Let me share my screen. Let's show this. So there couldn't have been no cracker walking around, whether he's black or white, named no Jesus, because there was no damn letter J. Didn't exist. So wasn't nobody on the planet ever named Jesus. When you don't know history, you don't know what you're talking about. The letter J is only 400 years ago. See that? 500 years ago now. See that? 1524 is when the letter J was created. There was nobody named Jesus 2,000 years ago. There was no letter J. Wasn't nobody named Jesus ever on the planet, ever. Damn, I ain't want no images on the show. Ever. Both the I and J used interchangeably by scribes to express the sound of both the vowel and the consonant. It wasn't until 1524 when Guion, what the fuck his name is, an Italian Renaissance grammaticist known as the father of the letter J, made a clear distinction between the two sounds. Exactly. There was no J. There's nobody ever named Jesus, ever. Shit. Never was no motherfucker named Jesus, ever. So when I have to say, oh, he's blasphemous. Oh my God, he's talking against Jesus. Because you're a moron.
But I was saying, Keith, that I think maybe later on or maybe another day we're gonna have some classes and get to know more about the first people in the world and all these African fictions and the European fictions concerning the Bible and everything. That is just on another day when we get the time to.
There's a lot of people scared, a lot of Africans to know the truth, Joby. You've been taught lies your whole life.
I'm not Africans. I'm Joby, and I'm willing to learn. Nonetheless, I want to appreciate everyone who's been on the streamline. Thank you, Samuel, and David Brown. Thank you for your sentiments as well, and Keith, thank you for your sentiments as well, and giving us this
great show last night, David, on the network. Good show. I'm sorry, my bandwidth ran out. I got to pay for some more bandwidth. The show was getting good. The show was good last night.
Well, I hope to see you on the other shows as well. We have the Rhythm Scoop show as well. We have the 254 to Jadili show, and we have the African Diary, and we have the African Today show. I want to appreciate you and much love unto you. Keith, thank you. And I don't know what's the time there right now?
Shit, it's 4:30 in the damn morning.
Oh, that's quite early. You should go back to sleep a little bit.
No, I got to teach Spikes how to use the network. Oh my God.
All right. Much love and appreciation to everyone who's been tuned in. For now, I want to say Kwaherini.
Go ahead.
Kwaheri.